Hello Mila, hello Jack. Hello everybody else who's watching, and welcome to Storytime with Grandad. Today's book is from Frog and Toad, and it is Frog and Toad All Year, Part 2. Ice Cream. One hot summer day, Frog and Toad sat by the pond. I wish we had some sweet, cold ice cream, said Frog. What a good idea, said Toad. Wait here, Frog, I will be back soon. Toad went to the shop. He bought 2 big ice cream cones. Toad licked one of the cones. Frog likes chocolate best, said Toad. And so do I. Toad walked along the path. A large, soft drop of chocolate ice cream slipped down his arm. This ice cream is melting in the sun, said Toad. Toad walked faster. Many drops of melting ice cream flew through the air. They fell down on Toad's head. I must hurry back to Frog, he cried. More and more of the ice cream was melting. It dripped down on Toad's jacket. It splattered on his trousers and on his feet. Where is the path? Cried Toad. I cannot see. Frog sat by the pond, waiting for Toad. A mouse ran by. I just saw something awful, cried the mouse. It was big and brown. Something covered with sticks and leaves is moving this way, cried a squirrel. Here comes the thing with horns, shouted a rabbit. Run for your life. What can it be? Asked Frog. Frog hid behind a rock. He saw the thing coming. It was big and brown. It was covered with sticks and leaves. It had 2 horns. Frog, cried the thing, where are you? Good heavens, said Frog. That thing is Toad. Toad fell into the pond. He sank to the bottom and came up again. Drat, said Toad. All of our sweet cold ice cream has washed away. Never mind, said Frog. I know what we can do. Frog and Toad quickly ran back to the shop. They sat in the shade of a large tree and ate their chocolate ice cream cones together. The surprise. It was October. The leaves had fallen off the trees. They were lying on the ground. I will go to Toad's house, said Frog. I will rake all the leaves that have fallen on his lawn. Toad will be surprised. Frog took a rake out of the garden shed. Toad looked out of his window. These messy leaves have covered everything, said Toad. He took a rake out of the cupboard. I will run over to Frog's house. I will rake all his leaves. Frog will be very pleased. Frog ran through the trees so that Toad would not see him. Toad ran through the high grass so that Frog would not see him. Frog came to Toad's house. He looked in the window. Good, said Frog. Toad is out. He will never know who raked his leaves. Toad got to Frog's house. He looked in the window. Good, said Toad. Frog is not at home. He will never guess who raked his leaves. Frog worked hard. He raked the leaves into a pile. Soon Toad's lawn was clean. Frog picked up his rake and started home. Toad pushed and pulled on the rake. He raked the leaves into a pile. Soon there was not a single leaf in Frog's front garden. Toad took his rake and started home. A wind came. It blew across the land. The piles of leaves that Frog had raked for Toad blew everywhere. The pile of leaves that Toad had raked for Frog blew everywhere. When Frog got home, he said, Tomorrow I will clean up all the leaves that are all over my own lawn. How surprised Toad must be. When Toad got home, he said, Tomorrow I will get to work and rake up all my own leaves. How surprised Frog must be. That night, Frog and Toad were both happy when they each turned out the light and went to bed. Christmas Eve. On Christmas Eve, Toad cooked a big dinner. He decorated the tree. Frog is late, said Toad. Toad looked at his clock. He remembered that it was broken. The hands of the clock did not move. Toad opened the front door. He looked out into the night. Frog was not there. I am worried, said Toad. What if something terrible has happened, said Toad. What if Frog has fallen into a deep hole and cannot get out? I will never see him again. Toad opened the door once more. Frog was not on the path. What if Frog is lost in the woods, said Toad. What if he is cold and wet and hungry? What if Frog is being chased by a big animal with many sharp teeth? What if he's being eaten up, cried Toad. My friend and I will never have another Christmas together. Toad found some rope in the cellar. I will pull Frog out of the hole with this, said Toad. Toad found a lantern in the attic. Frog will see this light. I will show him the way out of the woods, he said. Toad found a frying pan in the kitchen. I will hit the big animal with this, said Toad. All of his teeth will fall out. Frog, do not worry, cried Toad. I'm coming to help you. Toad ran out of his house. There was Frog. Hello, Toad, he said. I'm very sorry to be late. I was wrapping your present. You're not at the bottom of a hole? Asked Toad. No, said Frog. You're not lost in the woods? Asked Toad. No, said Frog. You're not being eaten by a big animal? Asked Toad. No, said Frog, not at all. Oh, Frog, said Toad, I am so glad to be spending Christmas with you. Toad opened his present from Frog. It was a beautiful new clock. The two friends sat by the fire. The hands of the clock moved to show the hours of a merry Christmas Eve. The end. Goodbye, Mila. Goodbye, Jack. I'll see you soon. Goodbye, everybody. Bye.